Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to get funded, we've got a solution for you. Our partnered prop firm FX2 Funding helps traders get access to up to $200,000 in trading capital. FX2 Funding is not your average prop firm. We've chosen them as our partner because of their fair examination rules, their professional and available customer service, and they have an outstanding reputation in the prop firm space. Here's a quick look at their evaluation process. First, they don't have a time limit on their evaluations. That means that you can take your time when passing your evaluation. There's no pressure to rush your trading. Second, there is only one phase to pass in their evaluation before getting access to your funded account. Also, their evaluation fees are fairly priced and fully refundable upon passing. Once you're funded, you'll be able to keep up to 85% of your trading profits. Finally, a rule we know swing traders will love: you can hold your positions over the weekend. For a limited time, get 15% off any of their account challenges with promo code A1Trading15. That's 15% off any account challenge with code A1Trading15. If you're ready to get funded, we're dropping a link in the chat right now, and you can also find it in the description down below. So go ahead and get signed up today for 15% off with promo code A1Trading15. Now, back to the show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream, and good to have you here. Hope you're all doing well. We are back for another news event here today. We have the Empire State Manufacturing Index, which could be a market mover. It is a Friday, and we actually have back-to-back news here today. We've got at 8:30 p.m., we're coming in hot with Empire State Manufacturing, followed by 10 a.m., which is, by the way, for those of you who are on different time frames, that's about an hour and a half away from now. We have the preliminary University of Michigan's consumer sentiment. And both of these things, guys, are red folders for a good reason. They can be very market moving. They can also not be market moving, just like any other news event. Remember that news is all about the surprise or lack thereof. If news is a shocker, it's going to cause markets to move in a shocking way. And if news is not shocking at all, it probably won't move anything. So in terms of what we've got here today, the Empire State Manufacturing Index is a level of diffusion index based on surveyed manufacturers in New York State. Of course, New York, a large component to the U.S. economy. It's a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and changes in their sentiment can be an early signal of future economic activity such as spending, hiring, and investment. It's a nice way to look at in terms of business health. It's a nice way to kind of get an idea of potential GDP output, looks, things like that, right? How thriving or lack thereof is the U.S. economy. It's a really important indicator and one that often gets overlooked. Anyways, let's jump into some charts here. Again, it is Friday, and hope you all are doing well. Real quick, as we get started here, do me a quick favor, guys. Where are you tuning in from? Comment in the chat here and let us know. Are you coming in from the New York area yourself? Are you coming in from the US at all? Are you coming in from UK? We have many people from all parts of Africa. I know we have a big following in South Africa. Shout out to my friends there. Nigeria is also very big on my channel, at least from the analytics that I've seen. We also have a lot of UK friends. We have German friends. We have people in California. Singapore is real big as well. Good to see everybody, of course, wherever you're from, you're welcome here. And we're taking a look at some currency pairs, as well as I want to take a look at some of the, maybe the NASDAQ, as well as gold, etc., and talk a little bit about what's been going on. We got Greece, Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, India, New Zealand, UK, Zimbabwe, another Greece, Brazil, Botswana, Ireland, Morocco. Just cool to see everybody tuning in. Hey, can you guys just do me a quick favor also? If you would, hit that thumbs up button and let's jump into some charts. The thumbs up button does help to just get the word out that more people should get in the stream so we can get into some of this stuff. Philippines also. What's up, Philippines? Very cool. London, Algeria, South Africa again, Pakistan, Malaysia, Bharat. I heard that, I don't know if that's a thing or not, guys, but the English word India, right? I saw that on their G20 summit submission or whatever, that they had listed themselves as Bharat. and I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I know that in the actual Indian constitution, here's your random, hey, someone got onto me recently for not doing enough random history facts because I'm a history nerd. I wouldn't say buff because I don't know. There's just too much to know. But I believe that it is true that in India, in the original constitution, they called themselves Bharat. I don't know if that's like the native language called themselves that, or if that's, don't know all the facts, but I know that it's a name that the Indian people call themselves as well. So, or their country. So very cool. I've been watching your videos for nearly 2 years now, and you've helped my trading so much. Hey, thank you very much for the kind comments. I hope I can continue to help you in some way. Again, I'm just sharing my journey here, and let's jump into some chart setups. I like Euro on the short side. I'll tell you guys that right off the bat. If we can get a pullback, I'm going to try this again. Yesterday, not a good day for me. I took 2 losses on gold, but fortunately, I had some options trades that went very well and pretty much broke even on the day in terms of my active trades. So, you know, not a bad day yesterday, but the point is, I guess, gold did not treat me too nicely, but I'm back and I'm looking for some setups, and I like the euro. You know, trading is different than most things in our life, because trading, you can step up and do everything right and still lose money. And people don't know that when they first get into trading. But I want you to think about that. If you're new to this stuff, you can do everything right, set up the trade just like you're supposed to, and technically you could still lose money, and it would still just be a trade that you're supposed to take anyways. It's all probabilities, right? That's the thing, right? If you're a perfect blackjack player, right, there is a way to beat the game of blackjack. It is theoretically possible if you're counting cards and you have an edge that you've worked very, very diligently to do, but you're still going to have losing hands. That's the point. Okay. Is the euro bullish here? In my opinion, again, we have done some significant structure. Let's actually start fresh. We're going to do this together, guys. Euro is on the watch list here today for a good reason. Price came up here, rejected pretty stubbornly this area of resistance. And, you know, we sold off. And what I like here is that you kind of have this structure, this bullishness that was trying to hold out. And with everything yesterday, with the PPI numbers, this is a beautiful catalyst here to the downside. Now, what I mean by that is when I say catalyst, fundamentally yesterday, we had the producer price index number that came out showing some higher levels of inflation up the supply chain here in the United States. That inflation stubbornness is probably going to cause some weariness in terms of people thinking, hey, that Fed might need to act on this. And so if they need to act, that's going to strengthen the dollar, right? Because rising interest rates, if their action would be, let's raise rates to keep inflation under control. If that happens, the dollar is going to go strong. So that is why this dollar strength came in yesterday. Now, in my view, I am looking to continue that move until there's reasonable doubt, right? Guilty, innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around, like it seems like it is in America nowadays. That's a little, that's side comment, unnecessary. Keep that to yourself, Nick. Anyways, pullbacks here, if we can get them, it does seem like this level of resistance could be interesting. 1.07, I like that for a possible short setup. So this is a setup that I personally am interested in. I'd probably keep my stop relatively tight. That's a 36 pip stop. I don't, or 35 pip stop, let's call it. I would again have to see kind of what price is doing at the time, but just to return back to the lows would get you 1.8, 1.8 to 1. That's not terrible. You might even be able to get away with tightening it a little bit more, you know. Maybe a 28 pip stop gives you like a 2.28 to 1. So this is, again, this is a setup for me right now. Will this happen today? Maybe, maybe not. Depends if the euro can get strong enough to get us back to this resistance point. I think it's possible that the price may want to retest this area. And if that happens, I am short biased. Why am I short biased? Is it only the chart? No, we do not rely solely on charts. Charts can be deceiving. Charts can be tricky, and people love to overcomplicate the technical analysis components. I keep them as simple as I possibly can. On its rudimentary form, if you're a newer trader, if you are struggling, if you're not yet profitable, listen to this. You don't need to get fancy with your technicals. Don't get caught up in the hype. All over social media, people love to get incredibly fancy and tell you how difficult, you know, tell you about these fancy mechanisms of technical analysis. On my channel, I've been trading for years. I do not use fancy technical analysis. I use the straight up, same old stuff. Let simple be simple. Don't make it complicated. You don't need it. In my opinion, you don't need all the fanciness. I've done it for years, and I've never, you know, for me, I know so many people who are profitable just employing the same textbook methods, right? This is a level of resistance. That is a level of supply. Price rejected this area as a level of support previously. Buyers were not able to hold it. Sellers took over. If price goes back to this area, there is a chance, a solid chance, I would say, that sellers are going to want to try it again, right? That is all I do on the technical side. I do not get fancy with the technicals because I think it can be a very common retail trader trap to fixate on technicals and think that you're some technical wizard, whereas technicals are not perfect. Nothing is. There's only probabilities, and technical analysis is not going to get you a 95% hit rate. It's not going to happen. Anyways, Euro USD, the reason I like it is also because I really like the fundamental outlook. As I just mentioned, guys, PPI yesterday came out real strong, showed some inflationary pressures in the US. Breaking news. I'm sorry, guys. We do have some numbers coming out. That's my bad. I got caught up in my situation. Let's just come back to that in just a moment. 1.9 coming out for Empire State Manufacturing. That's going to be dollar bullish right there. And let's see what is happening. Yep, there goes the euro. The dollar strength coming in and putting pressure. Dollar yen probably shooting up initially. There it is. Coming back a little bit now. Let's take a look at gold. Probably seeing a little bit of initial pressure. There it is. Wicking right back. So and possibly what this could mean, guys, is if you're looking at this 1.9 number coming out, that is stronger, but you also remember, keep caution because we have this number coming at 10 a.m. Market also might be saying, okay, this is in, but let's keep tabs on this next one here. Yeah. That's why Trader Nick, you lose more than he wins. His week, you already lost 3 gold trades and 1 EU. So I lost 2 gold trades. Thank you very much. But also, in terms of, I actually do lose more trades than I win. My win rate is like 40%, something like that. Last time I checked my stats, I think it was like 43%. But my winners are usually much bigger than my losses. And so, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, is your P&L going up over time or not? And it has for me for the last several years. So you're going to get your haters, but I take losses just like everybody else. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I got stopped out on gold, and it happens. Again, you can have a perfect, I make this analogy very often. You can play a perfect game of blackjack, right? You can technically win in blackjack, but you're still going to have losing hands. Even if you played blackjack like an algorithm, like a computer, like perfect play, the computer takes losses playing perfectly. Trading is similar in the way that blackjack or any game that has to do with probabilities, you're not going to win certainly all the time. It's just simply not going to happen. If you're playing blackjack perfectly, you're going to have wins, you're going to have losses, but over time it's going to go up. Same thing with trading. And if you don't understand that yet, don't trade live, because I'm telling you, you'll be very disappointed when even profitable traders, you realize that they lose trades consistently all the time too. They also win more than they lose. That's the thing. Win rate is an illusion. It's very important to think about it in that way. So yeah, I'm stopped out of gold. My idea didn't quite work out, and at this point, my goal is to put a pin in this one. I don't see any further attempts for gold sells right now, unless price starts to roll over. Right now, in fact, it actually looks pretty bullish. And again, I have no pride in this in the form of like, oh, I'm going to just keep shorting it because it will come down, right? I'm not going to do that. My short idea from yesterday didn't work out, and again, it's like blackjack. You have winning hands, you have losing hands. And if you don't understand that, do not trade a live account. I'm telling you, you're not ready. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about the indices here for just a second, guys. The S&P, this is an hourly chart, pulled back a little bit. NASDAQ also pulling back. Technicals look pretty strong on this one, guys. I think I like the idea of being bullish NASDAQ, but I'm not getting the signals just yet from the EDGEFINDER. Gold is not in the top setups in the EDGEFINDER. Yeah, it's not there anymore. It lost it had a bearish reading just briefly, and it no longer has it. So again, right around where I took my short, it looked like it was starting to form something. Didn't work out. Pound USD. Sure, we'll take a look at pound. Pound also getting a very bearish reading off the EDGEFINDER. And how are things looking with that? Let's see, pound USD. And I'm gonna add the pound to the watch list here just to talk a little bit about this, because it is something that I am watching myself. It's on the EDGEFINDER as a strong sell right now. So let's start fresh here on pound. So pound, look at this, guys. if you caught this sell-off, congratulations. I know, we talk about these types of setups very often on the stream. I'm sure some of you guys, somebody caught this trade. Shout out to you. You know who you are. If you did take this trade, I can tell you right now, this is probably like a 38.2, and there it is, right? A beautiful, beautiful sell on the pound USD. I know just by my DMs that somebody in my chat who was using the Edge Finder caught this one. So I'm jealous myself. This is a beautiful trade. Again, I was asleep during this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours ago where the trade triggered, and I was asleep. But I love this setup. It's beautiful. This is bread and butter, the types of trades that I love to trade. So if you did catch this, then shout out to you. Congratulations. If you're on the sell side of pound, I like this trade. Again, this is total hindsight warning. I'm just for illustration. I'm not in this trade. Let me say that again. I am not in this trade. Don't flame me. I'm just saying that this, obviously, with a little bit of hindsight in my favor here, is beautiful, right? A great level of support, broke out, retested, and then just barely tapped into 38.2, sold off very nicely. Mr. Corpo said, I caught that. Hey, congrats. Good for you. Awesome. Yeah, very cool. So yeah, a big sell off here on the pound USD. And this one, again, like I said, I'm not in the trade. How do you play this one? Well, in my opinion here, if you're asking, what the next move on pound dollar is here, for me, it's watch this next level, right? Let's see if we can rinse and repeat. And what I mean by that is we need a decisive breakout here, and dollar strength is coming in here this morning. So we very well could see this, but I need a breakout, right? I need a pretty substantial breakout, like a move down, past these lows, something like this. Especially ideally, you get that 38.2% retracement level. So we may need to see if we can get a move down like 1.2375. So if you're the sort of person that sets alerts, this is something to think about. What you could do is you could do something like this, where you just say, if we get down to this point, I'm actually going to set an alert. Now, I'm not necessarily, I'm not, let's see, crossing. Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying I want to sell it or buy it down here. What I'm saying is just alert me that, we've had a slip to the downside pretty good here. And now I may need to set another alert to look for a pullback. Something to think about, guys. I don't know if this is TradingView Premium exclusive or not, but I think alerts can be really powerful. And if you have them, you can kind of set these things up so you're spending less time. So again, I don't personally use limit orders very often. I usually use market orders. There's a couple reasons for that, but I'll be transparent. One of the main reasons that I do it that way is because I like to be present when my trades enter, so that I can send out alerts to our members in the Discord channel, because I also usually, whenever I send out an alert, I get questions and I have to spend some time working with some of our members. So I don't use limit orders for a very content creator specific reason. I don't have anything against limit orders. I just personally don't use them because of the nature of my role outside of just trading. I also obviously run, the YouTube channel, the software company, and just working with traders. So I have a unique scenario, but alerts can be wonderful because alerts can set me up to be like, hey, hey, this is now kind of broken out decisively. Let's watch for a pullback. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alerts for the win, Nick. Yeah. Alerts are so underpowered in trading, I would say. Everybody should be using alerts. They're super useful. Anyways, pound not quite ready, but I'm liking the setup. I'm actually liking this. We missed yesterday's, right? Congrats again. If you're in the membership group, you know who you are. I spoke with a couple people who were watching the pound, and I know of one person in particular who caught the short. So congrats to anybody who is in there. Again, the Edge Finder has just been on fire recently with pound and euro just dropping off of a cliff here. It's been awesome. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. Check out oil. Yeah, let's do a quick oil recap. You guys know I've been watching for oil pullbacks, looking off the 4-hour chart mostly because, again, actually, you know what? Oil has a fresh level that I might be interested in. I bet you this is a 61.8% retracement level. Let's see. Draw from fib low to fib high. Yep, there it is, the 61.8. You know what's crazy is I've been doing this for so many years now. So you could spot fibs like that so quick. I'm sure a lot of you guys can probably do that too. It's weird how, like, I don't know, your eyes like get used to seeing them. Like I knew that was a fib retracement level, the 61.8, before I even drew it. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys can do that too. It's not unique to me by any means, but I just think it was interesting that, you know, you get to that point where you do it so often. You can see trend lines. You can see, you don't even need, like, sometimes you can, like, I can look at a chart without even marking it up, and I know everything that I would mark it up without even doing it. Gas too as we approach fall season. That's a good point, Dexter. Yeah. I spotted the level before the fib, Christian says. Yeah, that's big. So yeah, again, guys, the EDGEFINDER, I don't know if you guys, for EDGEFINDER users, if you've been catching these moves, then congratulations. There has just been just a plethora of opportunities recently. This, you know, I had someone send me a message that said they had been on like a massive winning streak from the EDGEFINDER recently. Obviously they have their own trading strategy that they incorporate with it, but I love getting those messages. People who are like, you know, I'm catching trade after trade with the confirmation that it's giving me. It's very cool. And is that a sales pitch? Yes. It's a product that we believe in and we've worked really hard to make. And I will drop this plug real quick. If you guys want a copy, shoot a message with us. Let's see if it's a fit for you. Obviously, you know, we are in the business. We're in a software business here. You know, we build tools for traders and we work extensively to build the softwares that we have. So they are something that we do sell. And again, it's not something I'm scared to say, but I want to make sure that if you do get a copy, most of the people who get a copy, we have conversations with people who get the EDGEFINDER for this very reason. We want to make sure it's a fit for you. We want to make sure you're a serious trader and that, you know, you understand how, you know, how the EDGEFINDER works before you use it, how all the different functions that it does and the algorithm behind it. If you have any questions at all, or you would just like to get a discount because you're a stream viewer here, shoot us a message and someone on our staff will hook you up with a copy for a discounted price. Again, stream viewers, let us know that you're a stream viewer and someone from my team, when you click this link, it'll take you to a direct message link to somebody who's literally ready to chat with you right now. So if you click that link, you'll chat with someone on our team who's trained with the EDGEFINDER to help people with their questions, so on and so forth. So click that link, message us if you have any interest. Let's see if it's a fit for you, and we'll get you a copy so that you can use it to help find better trade setups yourself. I'm definitely going to need this EDGEFINDER. It's a very good investment. Thank you very much for that. Again, we certainly do think so too, because on our end, you know, the investment has been pretty immense, just as a company, right? But Frank and I, the domain developers, we you know, have a vested interest, not just monetarily in this, but for our own kind of trading balances, right? We use this. I take trades off this all the time. So it is very, very much a vested interest for us. Anyways, yeah, message us if you want a copy. Let's hook you up with one. Message us here, and we'll get you set up with a copy. We'll give you that stream discount, like I said. Euro dollar not quite ready to set up. It seems still on the watch list. Pound dollar also still on the watch list, but this one may be a little bit of a unique scenario in the sense that it's more like a wait for the break, wait for the retest. Dollar yen. Look at this, guys. Dollar yen against all odds, pushing through the highs. What an impressive breakout here. Yeah. Hey, Nick, USD seems positive from the news. Euro dollar is reacting already. Yeah, it is. It's been a pretty bullish week for the dollar. I'm not going to lie. Like the dollar news across the board this week, it's not been perfect by any means, but it's been pretty strong. You know, we had CPI, which was hot. We had PPI, which was hot. Now we have manufacturing numbers that are hot. The dollar is looking real strong, and that could, all of this data coming in that we've seen, we've had a lot of economic beats recently. Why? So obviously that's bullish for the dollar because economic strength on the currency side, I think it makes a little more sense intuitively to newer traders. Dollar strength makes sense off those fundamentals because, again, that shows a strong U.S. economy. Stocks are where people get confused sometimes, but it's not that bad. You just have to add in kind of what the Fed implications could do to stocks. So again, the NASDAQ trading down on this news here today. Here's an hourly chart. Why is that? Well, think about it from this perspective. If the dollar is strengthening because economic numbers are really strong, that could contribute to more inflation. Inflationary pressures are what drives the Fed in the last 2 years to raise rates. Raising interest rates, think about it this way. Raising interest rates is painful to companies because rising interest rates mean that their profit margins are going to get squeezed. If they're paying more interest to their banks, to their financial overlords, whatever they may be, that's going to cause some costs that the business didn't before have, and they're just throwing money away to interest. So stocks don't like interest rate hikes usually, right? And so that's kind of what we're seeing. It's like a big circle. And I promise, if that was confusing to you, if you stick around, we talk about this stuff over and over and over again. So if you are new to the channel, let me ask you to do us a solid here and thumbs up the stream, first of all. Subscribe to the stream. Second of all, if you have not already, we are here bringing on great guests throughout the week. Speaking of that, stick around with me, guys. We're about to bring on Kenzo, and Kenzo is, again, another fundamental trader. If you want to learn more about this stuff for free, for starters, if you're newer here, subscribe, notification bell. We're going to tell you all the stuff we know. I don't keep secrets. I don't put a paywall behind a course or anything like that. I don't even sell a course. We do, of course, sell software tools, so we're not saints out here. We sell things, and I won't lie about that. But in terms of learning stuff, you can totally come to these streams and learn for free. So please consider subscribing if you are new. With that said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Thank our sponsors for making this show possible. And we're going to come right back to Kenzo for some fundamental and technical analysis. We like to call it Fundamental Fridays. So Fundamental Fridays coming right up right after this.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're interested in getting free access to the EDGEFINDER or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker 8cap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to 8cap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
Right, guys, and we are back for Fundamental Fridays with Kenzo from Extra Hot Forex. Hey, Kenzo, how are you?
Great, thanks, and you, man.
I'm good. I like the hat, man. That's a cool looking hat, and it's good to have you back on the show. Hey, Kenzo, what's the weather update? Is it starting to warm up there a little bit?
Yes, it's actually a bit hot, around 27 degrees. Actually, it's moderate, actually. We are in between of summer. Sorry, actually from winter to spring. So it's little bit hot.
Okay. The reason I ask for audience members, I always ask Kenzo about the weather because, of course, he's on the southern hemisphere and I'm on the northern hemisphere. So it's always interesting because right here in good old Atlanta, Georgia, things are starting to cool down here. It's coming into fall. So always interesting to see that those opposites are kind of happening every time we talk about it. Anyways, Kenzo, big week, of course, a lot of dollar numbers, a lot of U.S. economic figures came out. CPI was hot. PPI numbers were also hot on the core level as well. And today's, I guess, the manufacturing index was also showing some strength. Again, lots of dollar bullish numbers came out this week, and I want to get your thoughts. What are you paying attention to this week? Did you take any trades? And I guess where are you positioned for the rest of the day and next week?
Yeah, actually, yes, the dollar is extremely doing great when we check all those economic events. But at the same time, it's actually good for other stocks like maybe Nasdaq, USDTs. Obviously, I was expecting some reversals on Nasdaq, but because DXY, it was actually pushing to the upside. But not everything actually was against the Nasdaq, especially retail sales, manufacturing PMI, everything was positive. That also helps the likes of Nasdaq and USDTs because those are the companies. They might be pushing the dollar to be stronger, but at the same time, that is also good actually for the Nasdaqs. So I was checking actually DXY, everything showed that the dollar is very stronger. I think for now we are actually sure that they're going to increase the rates. And when we see the markets pushing up, let's say maybe on a NASDAQ, it was trying to reverse, but for the whole week, actually, we can say the market was trying to push up. I think when we talk about manufacturing PMIs and retail sales, that actually tries to minimize the recession, especially in the US, because if there is enough people working, there is jobless claims going lower, that is actually good for the economy. So recession at the same time is no longer actually a threat that much. So that is good for both the dollar and the Nasdaq. That's why we saw actually this week. I thought maybe just because the dollar was stronger, I thought maybe the market was going to sell, but it was not like that. But I also understand because it's actually good for both sides. You see.
Yeah, no,
Unfortunately, I
feel-
just don't know
yeah.
about the variant. I heard about COVID variant, whatever, but I don't think that was going to be aggressive, actually.
Yeah, no, I would imagine that in terms of the COVID world, at least, I know that when they had the Delta variant come out, the markets were a little bit nervous, but they just rallied right through it. It was almost like that the world had kind of pivoted and adapted to that very big unknown, and there was a lot of infrastructure in place to kind of rapidly assist with any things there. Of course, who knows what what the future holds in that world, but it does seem like that it kind of lost its sting on the variance side of stories. What do you I was just about to ask you about gold. Gold, despite a lot of dollar strength, was able to push higher this week. What do you think on all that? I took two losses on gold this week, Kenzo, because I thought the dollar strength, which did continue, would help out my gold short. Didn't quite help me out, and I actually ended up taking two stops, unfortunately, on gold. What do you think about it?
Yes, actually, this one was also very confusing because if you check, we had a very nice uptrend. Suddenly, we had a breakout. To us, it was obvious that it was going to continue selling. So, but I can't rule out that downtrend. I still believe that even though we had some reversals here and there, because the dollar is stronger, I'm still expecting some serious. Maybe we might see another sell. Let me clear this. I think if we draw maybe a resistance here, we might get something. Not really bad, but that might actually make sense if we check this. So the reversal is there, but maybe we might see a continuation. If not, it means if we get out of this resistance, we might start to look for that buy. But it's a bit confusing because we had a lot, man. Within 2 weeks, we had a lot of economic news. But I thought maybe they were going to be bad, especially for gold, not for Nasdaq and USDTs. But everything is just doing its thing, man. So, but we have to adapt. That's how the market moves this. So,
yeah, like I said, like you said, it was kind of a confusing move. I'm not opposed to potentially looking again for gold shorts, but I'm personally just going to wait to see if we can start to kind of trend lower. I really liked it before this recent push to the sell side, but for now, I'm just going to wait and see kind of what happens on that front. In terms of currency pairs, any currency pairs that you're watching?
yes, this week actually I was actually trading USD Canada. Unfortunately, now it's pushing up. But if you check on a bigger time frame, let me just go maybe on a weekly time frame. I've been just trying to sell it for quite some time now. You can see this is a weekly time frame. We can see that actually the market reached an area that we can call a resistance. So I'm expecting quite similar push from this area. I'm expecting them actually push lower. Yes, maybe we have the reversals because of the dollar is getting stronger, but with the structure, I'm still expecting it to see a continuation because even Canada, I think maybe next month they're still going to increase their rates, so that might still push Canadian dollar to also push lower. Plus, on the structure, I saw that we had a very nice downtrend. So another thing was GBP and Euro USD. I did not trade them, but they were actually on a breakout, but they were not really seriously pushing that lower. So let me go on a 4 hours time frame or daily. So on a daily time frame, you can see that the way pushing up, we have a very nice breakout. So I'm expecting maybe to see a continuation pushing lower. But since we had some crazy economic news along the week, the market is just playing around. But I like what I see because now I can confidently say I can sell Euro USD as I already know that the dollar is stronger. So we have a breakout here. So I'm just expecting the market to continue selling actually. So quite similar to GBP USD. The structure is quite the same. If you check on our daily time frame, we had a very nice uptrend. And this uptrend, we see a breakout. So yeah, I think I even missed this one. I think here is supposed to look for another sell if we go on a bit smaller time frame. So the dollar is quite straightforward now. Plus, the market has been pushing up. So on this one, to me, it's not really confusing because we just broke out of that uptrend. So we're supposed to look for a very long time sell. But obviously, we know how the market reacts. The market can still push up, reverse, do this and that. But the structure still tells us that we are actually on a downtrend and we can continue with that.
Very cool. One thing that I like, Kenzo, just about our Friday conversations is that we usually are on the same page, and there are guests that I am not always on the same page with, not in like a hostile way, of course. That you're just going to see markets differently, but usually you and I have very similar viewpoints because I just know the nature of our trading is both of us use fundamentals, and both of us, our technicals are similar time frames. I trade like 1 hour, 4 hour. You seem to trade a lot of 1 hour to daily chart candles. So very cool to always kind of have those different views from various people. But again, on Fridays, you and I are kind of usually on the same page with ideas, and always good to exchange ideas in terms of maybe there's something that you missed or something that I missed. So it's very cool in that regard. Also, to the last point, to your dollar Canada, dollar CAD idea. Oil has been really strong for those of you guys who have watched the oil prices, right? Oil prices have been on the rise. I have been pretty vocal that I'm bullish on oil, looking for that opportunity to potentially pick it up long. And part of that is that the Canadian dollar likely will strengthen in the scenario that oil does strengthen, which has been kind of the case recently. We've seen some strength coming back into the CAD, right? Dollar selling, going back into the CAD kind of thing. And that trend could be set to continue. So on that dollar CAD weekly chart that you talked about, it's very possible that maybe one of the fundamental catalysts that helps to swing this one back the other way would, of course, be those high oil prices helping out the Canadian dollar. For newer traders, fundamentalists in the room, or aspiring fundamentalists, just one thing you got to know about Canada: one of their major exports is, of course, oil, and lots of natural reservoir, outputs or exports. But oil is a big one, and if the price of oil is higher, suddenly Canada's dollar is stronger. So that's something to think about, and very important stuff there. Kenzo, I want to thank you for. Yeah, I want to thank you for coming on the stream. And I know, we do this every Friday. So for those of you who are newer, you will be able to get to see Kenzo again on Friday. But if you have not already, Kenzo also has his own YouTube channel called Extra Hot Forex. And we've just linked it in the chat. If you guys would like to follow Kenzo, I highly recommend it. If you're looking to learn more from another trader outside of myself, I always recommend Kenzo. So click his link in the chat there. And Kenzo, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks very much, man.
All right. And there goes Kenzo. Thank you very much to Kenzo and to all of you guys for hanging out with us here today. That's going to wrap up the show. But before we go, remember that if you are an aspiring fundamentalist, we did mention this earlier in the stream, the EDGEFINDER tool that we've built is built specifically for you. If you are somebody who is looking to upgrade their fundamentals game, if you get the technicals, but you watch these streams and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of fundamentals to know, we are building every day an algorithm that is helping myself Frank, the other developer, and many, many traders who use this tool to help spot more fundamental opportunities in the markets. If you need help with fundamentals, message us now. We're going to drop a link in the chat. If you want a copy of our software built specifically to help traders find more fundamental-based trading ideas in the markets, click this link, chat with us, and get a copy of our software for a subscriber stream discount. There you go. Click that link. And guys, have a wonderful rest of your day and have a nice weekend. We'll be back on Monday with more streaming content, of course, to cover what's going on in the markets. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. See ya.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And if you create a new trading account with ACAP, you can get tools like the EDGEFINDER completely for free. Check the link in the description for more information. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.